Imagine a man who went from being broke and jobless to building a global phenomenon that's changed the way we travel. But here's the shocking part. Brian Chesky, co-founder of Airbnb, was once so strapped for cash he had to pawn his own laptop. With $27,000 in debt and no clear plan, Chesky's journey from zero to hero is a story you won't want to miss. The man behind Airbnb's meteoric rise was once a scrappy kid from Niskayuna, New York. Born on August 29, 1981, Brian Chesky grew up in a modest home with his parents, Woodford and Barbara, and younger brother, Mark. But despite the humble beginnings, the Chesky household was filled with creativity and entrepreneurial spirit. As a child, Brian was fascinated by art and design. He spent hours sketching and building models of houses, foreshadowing his future in real estate. His parents, though not wealthy, instilled in him a strong work ethic, encouraging his curiosity and passion for learning. The Chesky family struggled financially, with Brian's father, Woodford, working multiple jobs to make ends meet. Growing up amidst financial insecurity, Brian developed resourcefulness and resilience. He even sold his artwork on the streets of Niskayuna to help support his family. This early life experience would later shape Brian's innovative approach to problem-solving and drive him to create Airbnb, a platform that democratizes access to unique spaces around the world. November 2007, San Francisco. The air was thick with uncertainty as Brian Chesky and his roommate, Joe Gebbia, stood at a crossroads. Their innovative idea, Airbnb, had just been rejected by every major investor they approached. The startup's early days were marked by financial struggles, with the duo barely scraping together enough to keep the lights on. As the months ticked by, reality began to sink in. Their dream was on the verge of collapse. With only $20,000 in the bank and a looming rent payment due, Chesky confesses, "We came incredibly close to giving up." The thought of walking away from the project lingered as the founders pored over spreadsheets, trying to make ends meet. But here's the thing, Chesky and Gebbia refused to throw in the towel. They drew inspiration from their own experiences, hosting guests in their apartment during the 2008 Democratic National Convention. It was a eureka moment that would change everything. Despite being $20,000 in debt, they decided to take one last shot at making Airbnb work. And that's when things started to shift. It was June 15, 2007. A day that would change the course of history for Brian Chesky, co-founder of Airbnb. The idea had been simmering in his mind for months, but it wasn't until that fateful evening that he finally took the plunge. He and his roommate, Joe Gebbia, were struggling to make ends meet in a tiny San Francisco apartment, priced out by the city's tech boom. As they sipped whiskey and contemplated their bleak financial future, Chesky had an epiphany. What if they could rent out 3 air mattresses on their living room floor to attendees of a design conference? It was a crazy idea, but it just might work. And so, the first Airbnb listing was born, a humble abode for 20 strangers, with 3 cots and a price tag of $80 per night. The experiment paid off, generating over $3,000 in revenue that month. The spark had been lit. Chesky's decision to take a risk on his idea marked the turning point in Airbnb's journey from obscurity to global phenomenon. From that day forward, he dedicated himself to building a platform that would revolutionize the way we travel and connect with each other. The story of Airbnb's rise to success is a tale of innovation, perseverance, and a willingness to take risks. It all began in 2007 when Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia decided to rent out 3 air mattresses in their San Francisco apartment to accommodate visitors attending a design conference. Their initial idea was to create a website that would allow people to rent out spare rooms or apartments to travelers, but they had no coding experience and only $30,000 in startup funds. Fast forward to 2009, Chesky and Gebbia launched Airbnb.com with just 90 listings from friends and family. But it wasn't until 2011, when Airbnb expanded its services to include entire homes, that the platform started gaining traction. By the end of that year, they had over 10,000 listings, and by 2012, that number skyrocketed to over 100,000. In 2014, Airbnb raised $450 million in funding, valuing the company at $10 billion. Today, Airbnb is a global phenomenon with over 5 million listings across 191 countries, and Chesky has become one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time. But it's not just about numbers, it's about the impact that Airbnb has had on people's lives. From allowing families to stay in their dream vacation rentals, to providing a platform for locals to monetize their properties, Airbnb has changed the game. As Chesky himself says, Airbnb is not just a place to find an apartment, it's a way to experience a city. And that's exactly what they've done, created a platform that allows people to experience the world in a whole new way. As the co-founder and CEO of Airbnb, Brian Chesky's journey to peak success is a testament to innovation and perseverance. In 2008, he turned his idea for an online marketplace into a reality with Joe Gebbia, and by 2011, they had reached $10 million in revenue. By 2014, that number skyrocketed to $450 million, making Airbnb one of the fastest-growing companies in the world. Today, Brian's net worth stands at over $8 billion, thanks to his company's phenomenal success. But it's not just about the numbers. Airbnb has had a profound global impact. With over 5 million listings in more than 191 countries, they've helped millions of people find affordable and unique places to stay. And let's not forget the accolades. Brian has been named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people, and Airbnb has won numerous awards for innovation and sustainability. From helping refugees rebuild their lives to providing economic opportunities for local communities, Brian Chesky's vision has truly changed the game. From couch surfing to co-founding Airbnb, Brian Chesky's journey is a masterclass in embracing uncertainty and finding opportunity. One crucial takeaway: the power of what if. When he and his roommate Nadia were struggling to make ends meet, they asked themselves what would happen if they rented out their extra room on Craigslist. Voila! An idea was born. And when Airbnb's early struggles led to a looming existential crisis, Chesky asked himself again, what if we focused on the host experience? It transformed the company. So here's your life lesson: next time you're faced with uncertainty, ask yourself what if. Allow yourself to dream big, and see where it takes you. And that's a wrap on the incredible journey of Brian Chesky, co-founder of Airbnb. His rags to riches story inspires us all to take risks and follow our passions. Don't miss out. Subscribe now for more amazing stories, and get ready to be awed by the next chapter in the life of innovator Steve Jobs.